What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Beyond Borders, where we explore the farthest flung corners and wildest wonders of the United States. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a trip off the beaten path. Today, we're taking a deep dive into America's most secluded towns, viewer edition. Last time I made a video about secluded US towns, the comments section lit up with suggestions for even more hidden gems. I took notes, did some serious research, and now I'm back with a list of 10 ultra-remote towns, straight from your recommendations. Some of these places are so far from civilization, you might need to pack an extra sandwich and a backup GPS just to find them. Before we get rolling, remember, drop your thoughts, disagreements, and wild stories in the comments. Whether you agree or want to roast my picks, every bit of interaction helps the channel. And just a reminder. These are real towns with at least 100 people, a post office, and a decent drive to the nearest big place. If you live next to a gas station with a mailbox and 3 cows, I'm saving that for another list. Alright, let's get into it. Top 10 Most Secluded Towns in the U.S., Viewer Edition. Number 10, Silver Plume, Colorado. Let's kick things off in the Rocky Mountains. Silver Plume is a tiny mining town with a population hovering around 170, give or take a lost hiker. Nestled in a narrow canyon, Silver Plume is the kind of place that makes you question if your GPS is broken or just offended you're trying to visit. The town itself is a step back in time. There's a post office, a few quirky shops, and a bakery that sells world-famous cinnamon rolls, assuming you show up before they sell out. There's no supermarket or gas station, and if you need a hospital, you'll be driving over snowy mountain passes to Dillon or Idaho Springs. In winter, avalanches sometimes close the highway, turning Silver Plume into a real-life snow globe. The fire department is basically the Swiss Army knife of the town: firehouse, library, town hall, and sometimes the only place with working Wi-Fi. If you ever wanted to write your novel in peace or just hide from society for a while, this is the place. Number 9, Adak, Alaska. Now let's take a massive leap west to the windswept Aleutian Islands. Adak sits on a volcanic island closer to Russia than most of Alaska. Once home to a bustling military base, today Adak is a ghost town with a population just over 300. The weather is so unpredictable, flights can be delayed for days. If you want to leave, you better hope the fog clears and the weekly flight actually lands. Adak is a place where bald eagles outnumber people, abandoned military barracks echo with the sound of the wind, and the local supermarket charges $10 for a loaf of bread, if they're stocked. There's a post office, a school, and a handful of stubborn residents who love the solitude. The fishing is world-class, the scenery is otherworldly, and if you want complete isolation, Adak delivers, along with some of the wildest storms you'll ever see. Number 8, Mentone, Texas. Welcome to Mentone, the lone outpost in Loving County, Texas, the least populated county in the lower 48. The population floats around 80, which means you'll get to know everyone fast. There's a post office, a courthouse, and 3 churches, all surrounded by endless stretches of desert scrub and oil pump jacks. Mentone is a town where the biggest event of the year is probably the arrival of a new road sign. If you need groceries, you'll be driving an hour to Pecos. Cell service is spotty, and the only diner opens when the owner feels like it. The sunsets are spectacular, the silence is deafening, and the nearest Walmart might as well be on another planet. If you want to experience true small-town Texas, Mentone is as real as it gets. Number 7, Kaktovik, Alaska. Back up north for Kaktovik, a true Arctic outpost, perched on Barter Island at the edge of the world. Around 300 people live here, mostly Inupiat, and there are no roads connecting Kaktovik to the rest of Alaska. Everything comes in by plane or boat. In winter, you're relying on mail flights and supply drops. Kaktovik is famous for its polar bears, which come into town to snack on whale remains left by traditional hunts. The post office shares space with the general store, and the airport is literally a gravel strip next to the ocean. During polar night, the sun disappears for over a month, and the only light comes from the northern lights. If you want to see the Arctic in its purest form, and you don't mind the cold, Kaktovik is unforgettable. Number 6, Monowai, Nebraska. This one's a legend, Monowai. Officially, only one person lives in Monowai, but if you count the surrounding farms, the post office actually serves over 100 people scattered across endless prairie. The town is tiny, there's a bar, a library, a post office, and not much else. The nearest supermarket is an hour away, and cell service is a rumor. Elsie, the town's sole resident, is the mayor, bartender, and librarian, all rolled into one. She'll pour you a cold one and tell you stories about Monowai's heyday, when the railroad still stopped here. It's the ultimate spot for anyone who wants to disappear, write a book, or just experience the quietest town in America. Number 5, Beaver Island, Michigan. Smack in the middle of Lake Michigan sits Beaver Island. About 600 people call the island home, and in winter, that number drops as seasonal folks leave. Getting there requires a ferry ride or a hop on a tiny plane from Charlevoix. When winter ice closes in, the ferry shuts down, and the island becomes even more isolated. Beaver Island has a post office, a school, one bar, and just enough to keep life interesting. There are no chain stores, and snowmobiles become the main mode of transport when the snow piles up. The community is tight-knit, everyone knows everyone, and the scenery is stunning year-round. If you want a mix of small-town life and island adventure, Beaver Island is the place to be. Number 4, Terlingua, Texas. Next up, Terlingua. Tucked away near Big Bend National Park, this former mining ghost town is now home to about 110 people, and a few dozen ghosts, if you believe the locals. Terlingua is the definition of off the grid. The nearest grocery store is in Alpine, 80 miles away, and the only reliable water source is the Rio Grande. The post office doubles as a social club, and the Starlight Theater is the go-to spot for music, food, and the latest gossip. The desert landscapes are jaw-dropping, and you can see more stars here than almost anywhere in the U.S. Every November, the town hosts a world-famous chili cook-off that brings in thousands of visitors, but the rest of the year, it's peace, quiet, and coyote howls. Number 3, Whittier, Alaska. Ever wanted to live in a building with your entire town? Whittier is your chance. Almost everyone in town, just over 200 people, lives in a single 14-story building called Beach Towers. To get to Whittier, you drive through a 2.5-mile one-way tunnel, open only at certain times. When the tunnel closes, you're not going anywhere. The post office, grocery store, school, and even the police station are all in the same building. Winter here is brutal, wind, snow, and darkness, but if you like the idea of elevator neighbor parties and never having to shovel your car out, Whittier is a unique kind of paradise. Plus, the views of Prince William Sound are unbeatable. Number 2, Green Bank, West Virginia. In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains sits Green Bank, home to just over 140 people and the world's largest steerable radio telescope. The entire area is designated as a National Radio Quiet Zone, meaning Wi-Fi, cell towers, even microwave ovens are banned. Residents use landlines, snail mail, and sometimes smoke signals to keep in touch. The post office is the community hub, and the general store stocks the basics. The night sky here is pitch black, perfect for stargazing, and scientists come from all over the world for research. If you want to really unplug, and I mean literally, Green Bank is the place. Number 1, Jarbidge, Nevada. And finally, the crown jewel of isolation, Jarbidge. Tucked deep in the northeast corner of Nevada, Jarbidge is so remote that even most Nevadans haven't been there. With about 120 residents, it's surrounded by mountains, forests, and rivers. The only way in is a long, winding dirt road that's impassable in winter. The post office, 2 bars, and a few cabins make up the downtown. Cell service? Nope. Internet? Maybe, if you're patient. The nearest Walmart is in Twin Falls, Idaho, a 4-hour drive away. Garbage is legendary among off-roaders and hikers, and if you want to disappear from the grid, this is as far out as you can get without a passport. So there you have it, the 10 most secluded towns in the US, viewer edition. Thanks to everyone who sent in suggestions and stories. Did I miss your favorite hidden spot? Think you can top garbage for remoteness? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like and dislike to your heart's content, and make sure you subscribe for more adventures beyond the borders. Until next time, keep exploring. This is Beyond Borders, signing off.